is a lamp unto my feet, and a light unto my path. Thy word is a lamp unto my feet, and a light unto my path.
First reading, a reading from the prophet Isaiah, chapter 61, verses 9 to 11. Their descendants shall be known among the nations, and their offspring among the peoples. All who see them shall acknowledge that they are a people whom the Lord has blessed. I will greatly rejoice in the Lord. My whole being shall exult in my God, for he has clothed me with the garments of salvation. He has covered me with the robe of righteousness. As a bridegroom decks himself with a garland, and as a bride adorns herself with her jewels. For as the earth brings forth its shoots, and as a garden causes what is sown in it to spring up, so the Lord God will cause righteousness and praise to spring up before all the nations. The word of the Lord.
A reading from the Holy Gospel according to St. Luke. Each year, Jesus' parents went to Jerusalem for the feast of Passover. And when he was 12 years old, they went up according to festival custom. After they had completed its days, as they were returning, the boy Jesus remained behind in Jerusalem. But his parents did not know it. Thinking that he was in the caravan, they journeyed for a day and looked for him among their relatives and acquaintances. But not finding him, they returned to Jerusalem to look for him. After 3 days, they found him in the temple, sitting in the midst of the teachers, listening to them and asking them questions. And all who heard him were astounded at his understanding and his answers. When his parents saw him, they were astonished. And his mother said to him, "Son, why have you done this to us? Your father and I have been looking for you with great anxiety." And he said to them, "Why were you looking for me? Did you not know that I must be in my father's house?" But they did not understand what he said to them. He went down with them and came to Nazareth and was obedient to them. And his mother kept all these things in her heart. The Gospel of the Lord.
My dear brothers and sisters in Jesus Christ, today the Holy Catholic Church celebrates the feast of the Immaculate Heart of Mary. And as we hear in today's Gospel, the last verse of today's Gospel, it says, Mother Mary kept all these things in her heart and she meditated over them. My dear brothers and sisters in Jesus Christ, Mother Mary kept everything in her heart and meditated over them. That is what we see at the moment of Annunciation. When Angel Gabriel announced to her that she is going to become the Mother of God, she didn't understand everything. But she kept all these things in her heart and she meditated over them. My dear brothers and sisters in Jesus Christ, as we see in today's Gospel, when child Jesus was lost at the age of 12 in the temple, Mother Mary and Saint Joseph, they were looking for Jesus everywhere. And when they found Jesus amidst of the teachers of the law, Mother Mary asked, "Why have you done this for us? Your father and I, we were worried and we were looking for you." Then Jesus in return replied, his mother saying, "Why were you looking for me? Don't you know that I must be in my Father's house?" My dear brothers and sisters in Jesus Christ, Mother Mary didn't understand these words. But she kept all these words in her heart and she meditated over them. When Jesus began his public ministry, some people came to Blessed Virgin Mary and said, "He is possessed by Beelzebul, the chief of the demons." Mother Mary kept all these words in her heart and she meditated over them. And while before performing the very first miracle of Jesus' public ministry, it was Mother Mary who intervened and who interceded on behalf of that wedded couple of Cana in Galilee. But when Mother Mary pleaded before Jesus, Jesus said, "Woman, why must we worried? My hour has not yet come." Mother Mary kept all these words in her heart and she meditated over them and she told the servants, "Do whatever he commands you to do." Therefore, my dear brothers and sisters in Jesus Christ, it is a quality, it was a great quality of our Blessed Virgin Mary to keep everything in her heart and to meditate over them. While Jesus was carrying the cross, she kept all these things in her heart and she meditated over them. And before Jesus surrendered his spirit to Father's hand, Jesus said to Mother Mary, "Look at St. John, here is your son." And she was asked to become the mother of the church. And when she was entrusted with that difficult task of becoming the mother of church, she kept all these things in her heart and meditated over them. My dear brothers and sisters in Jesus Christ, this is what is lacking in our lives. When certain things happen, when we do not understand certain events, we are so hurried, we are so hasty in understanding those situations. We need to understand those situations instantly. We don't keep those things in our hearts and we don't meditate in our lives. Therefore, as we are celebrating this feast of the Immaculate Heart of the Blessed Virgin Mary, today we are invited to become meditative people, because we are not provided ready-made answers all the time. But we have to keep certain things in our hearts and we have to meditate over them. While meditating over them, God will explain to us the real mystery behind all these events. Amen.